a piece comes along with a story that's a little extra special. And this China hutch was actually gifted to me by one of you, the viewers. A viewer said it reminded them of the kind of transformation that I would typically do here on my channel. So she said, come and get it, it's yours. So we went. Normally these hutches, they don't sell well as a full hutch, but instead of flipping just the base like you normally see me do, today we decided to tackle the top. We're gonna give this guy a whole new life. My goal today is to take something traditional and turn it into something that's fresh and modern. A brand new display piece for somebody else. Something that keeps its charm, but still fits in today's homes. Let's see if we can turn this fan favorite lemon into lemonade. Normally I flip the top of these hutches, but this one has a false top, or has no top at all. So there is actually really no way for me to flip this unless I created a top or cut a piece of marble to put on top of there, which probably wouldn't be very cost effective. So we'll just slide this guy to the side till we figure out what we're gonna do with it. In the meantime, let's work on the top. All right, so here it is, the top half of the hutch. It's solid, it's beautifully built. It's got a few dings on it, but nothing that's really noticeable, nothing that needs major fixes, no major scratches. I can already see that this has a ton of potential for what I want to turn this into today. So my plan is to give this a fresh look that feels more like it's a standalone piece instead of like it used to be part of something else. That way it can work in an entryway, an office, or even like a modern dining space. I know a lot of you have these leftover hutches that you're not quite sure what to do with. Maybe today I can give you a little inspo. Let's start cleaning. I've got my simple green and a bucket of hot water. I'm gonna get all of this cleaned to make sure I get all of the furniture polish off before I can start the next steps. I know I'm not going to use this hardware again, even though it fits this piece, but there's something that's more modern that we can use. But I'm going to keep these because you never know when you need these. So we'll get these off and set them aside. All right, so many of you get mad at me when I do this, but if you've been watching me for a long time, you know that this is about to go. I don't do dated details around here, so this guy is going to come off. I'm going to take my chisel and my mallet and we'll loosen this up and get the decorative detail off the front of this hutch. It's gonna be okay, I promise. You dated detail lovers jinxed me on this one. This one did not want to come off, but now it's got all these little bitty staples in there that we got to get off too. Let's carefully get these doors off of here. This whole piece needs a really good scuff sand, especially to get off some of the gunk and glue that's left from the detail there. And then I have to be really careful going around all these edges because I don't want to sand them down. So I'm going to use my Surf Prep sander because it's small and it's going to fit in this area. And then it also has one of these squishy foam abrasives that you can put on here. This should help me go around all of these curves so I don't have to worry about sanding them off.
While I finish this step, here's a quick word from today's sponsor.
Okay, real talk. By the time I wrap up projects like this, homeschool, get dinner on the table, I am done. Like mentally clocked out, covered in paint, emotionally ready to hide from everyone in my house. Ritual's been a longtime supporter of my channel and their products are amazing. You've probably seen this product everywhere and now is the best time to try it. You can save 40% off your entire Ritual order during their Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. So I've been really excited to tell you guys some of the new things that Ritual has that I've been incorporating in my everyday life. I've been using Ritual's Magnesium Plus for my nightly wind down. Magnesium Plus is a tart cherry drink that tastes so good. I mix it up hot like tea right before I go to bed. It helps me relax, shake off the chaos from the day, and actually fall asleep instead of mentally repainting furniture in my brain at midnight. And Ritual's Stress Relief, that's my daytime sanity saver. It uses Ritual's first-of-a-kind BioSeries technology to support your body's natural cortisone response with an instant and extended release formulation for all-day support. So it gives you instant calm and then extended support throughout the day. Basically, no crash, no overwhelm, just a steady, I've got this energy. And as a mom of 2 teenagers running this full-time business, you better believe I need that. Stress Relief is now $32.40 instead of $54 during Ritual's Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. Be sure to use my link below and get 40% off your entire purchase. Thanks Ritual for sponsoring a portion of today's video. For 40% off your first order of Ritual, go to ritual.com/lemons40. Now let's get back to the flip. I'm sanding down the sides as well because this has got a really slick surface on it. You can see how shiny this part is compared to the part that I've already sanded. So I'm still using 180 grit sanding pad on these flat areas as well, because if we don't get some of this shine off, whatever I do next is not gonna stick. I'm using some damp plastic wood for the repair on the top for the little decorative piece that I took off. It just has some little nail holes that are in there that need to be fixed and like a little chunk that came off when I was taking that off of there. So I'll squeeze a little bit of this out and we'll get this on so it can dry overnight. All right, day 2 in the garage. I woke up a little under the weather today. This will be interesting, but this is my last day to get this project done. So the wood fill is dry. I'm gonna make sure we sand down the rest of that so that's nice and smooth. And then we're gonna get to the really fun parts. I don't know if you noticed, but this guy's pretty low to the ground. We are definitely gonna give it some height today by building a base. This piece of glass does not come out, and so I know I'm going to use my sprayer on today's project, so I'm going to tape this up so I don't get paint all over it.
To create the base for this, we used Select Pine and had 2x2s for the legs and 1x3s for the sides and the front. We cut the feet with our table saw, but you could also use a miter saw. And the feet on this, you can do one of 2 ways. You can just have them be straight up and down, or you can angle them, and we chose to angle them for this project. Once I had all the boards cut, I used my Kreg jig to create pocket holes and then attached everything with some special Kreg jig wood screws.
I finally moved my paint cabinet back outside. All this paint stays in the house during summer because I don't want it to go bad. There's way too much in here. But as I was organizing it last night, I was like, I have so many great colors to choose from for this project. But I think there's one in particular that'll go really well. I also thought about maybe this country chic that's in the color driftwood might have been a good choice. But I think I want something dark, but I don't want black. So here we go. I think we're gonna go with the dark roast from Country Chic. I will link this. It's on Amazon, so I will link this for you. But it's like a coffee bean sort of color. And I think what I'm gonna do with this, it'll go really, really well and still be sort of like a moody vibe, which is what I'm going for. So I'm going to put away the lighter ones today and hope I'm not making a mistake by not choosing one of these. You guys are going to have to let me know at the end if I should have stuck with the dark or gone with a lighter tone. I don't know. We're going into winter. The moody things sort of sell better for me in Dallas during this time of year. So I think that's what I'm going to stick with. Final decision. That's what I'm sticking with. I've got about half a jar left of this dark roast. It should be plenty for this cabinet, at least. I hope so. I don't know that I have a backup for this. So let's get this loaded into the Wagner sprayer and get some paint on this today. I added a little bit of water to my jar because Country Chic paint needs to be watered down a little bit to go through the Wagner, just to loosen up what's left on the sides. I want to make sure I can get all of this out of here. So I'll give this a good shake and then we'll add this into the sprayer as well. The first coat of paint is on, but I almost forgot that we still have to paint the doors. So I'm gonna hand paint these today with whatever's left in that jar of Country Chic paint. All right, it's time for coat number 2. Country Chic paint has a 2-hour recoat time and it is an all-in-one paint, so I'm gonna be able to skip the step of a top coat on this one as well, which is really nice. Let's get that second coat on. I'm going to pull this tape off of here while the bottom is still a little damp, and we're going to go ahead and stain this base. I have another dilemma you guys have to help me solve. I wasn't planning on keeping the base this light color, but now that I have the tape off, I kind of like it. I already have the darker stain picked out. You guys are going to have to let me know, should I have kept it like this? I've gone with the darker stain. I don't know. Sound off in the comments once I get the stain on. I'm going to go ahead and apply it. I've chosen the color Early American by Minwax. That really is what's in this. You just can't read the jar anymore. So I'll get this put on. I've got a foam brush to put this on with, and then also some rags to apply it and then wipe it back. And I'm using the foam brush because I want to be really careful not to touch the fresh paint. Now it's time to wipe all the dust off the glass and get this thing put back together. In true China Hutch fashion, this came with a ton of glass, so I need to get this cleaned off. My kids decided that today was a good day to tell me that we are completely out of Windex, so we're gonna have to mix up some sort of vinegar mixture, I think, to get these fingerprint free, but I'll see what I can do in the meantime. I can tell I've been sick this week. I totally forgot to paint the top of this door frame right here, but that's an easy fix. I've got my trim brush out. I've got plenty of paint left actually, so we'll get all these little touches finished up. A few things I love about this Country Chic paint is that it's a soap and water cleanup, which is nice for brushes or anything else that your paint would get on. It's really easy to clean up. It brushes on as well as it sprays on. So if you don't have a fancy sprayer like I do, you can use a paintbrush because it's self-leveling. It'll still come out with just a really beautiful finish. And the last time I checked, all of their colors were available on Amazon, so I'll be sure to link the color I used today so you guys can find it and then check out all their other colors as well. And it does have that typical chalk paint matte finish, so it's not satin, it's not going to be shiny, it is going to be very, very matte like chalk paint, but it does have that built-in primer and top coat. They do suggest that you top coat it further if you're going to use something like heavy duty, like a kitchen table or something like that. You want to top coat it, but for a China Hutch like this, it's not going to have like things put on top of it as far as the paint area goes. You don't have to top coat it, which is really nice. So it's a really nice all-in-one paint. Still have a few of the best-selling hardware this year laying around, which is perfect. I only need 2 for this cabinet, and I think I have 4 left. So we're gonna use 2 of these on here. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about today's flip. Pieces like this don't belong in the landfill, they belong in someone's home, telling stories for another generation. There's something special about saving these old buffets and hutches like this one. They've already lived a life, and with a little work, they've got so much more left to give. So I want to hear in the comments, do you guys have one of these sitting in your garage or maybe your home, something you've inherited from a family member and you don't know what to do with it? Let me know if I've given you any inspiration today with that bulky piece of furniture that you're not quite sure how to save. And if you like seeing pieces rescued and reimagined instead of tossed away, well, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe because there's a whole lot more furniture worth saving that's coming your way. I'm just getting started. Let's keep turning some lemons into lemonade. I'll see you guys next time.